for focus, with me I have...
Mars, pronouns he, they. I play Rokain, the apparent now hero. Apparently he's now a hero. So, yeah.
I'm Cody, pronouns she, they. I play Ygin, our lovely single dad Leonin, pronouns he, him.
I'm Artemis, pronouns they, them. I play Xelas, the tiefling sorcerer, pronouns he, him.
And I'm Ni, pronouns they, them, and I play everyone else in the world.
Except Bob.
Except Bob. It's been a while since we have reminded them.
It's been a while
that I do not play Bob. Last time, it was a completely relaxing episode.
That's why we got the fearful line on our blanket.
Mm-hmm. Our second fearful line, if I recall.
In the aftermath of the casino incident, they all went to Kayleigh's home. Eventually, Ygin and Xelas departed to go find Kayleigh's mom, Lemuria. They found her passed out at a bar, seemingly not remembering anything from the past day. Meanwhile, Rokain stayed with Kayleigh and was attacked by a two-headed Icoric wolf. The battle ensued. It was touch and go for a little bit there for Rokain, but Rokain managed to pull out a victory and keep Kayleigh safe. Lemuria came in, told Rokain he was a hero, and none of you noticed. But as she was explaining what was happening, her eyes were turning black.
Because we got 2 nat 1s.
And a double 5 from Mars.
And that is where we are, as you are still talking to her. Again, completely unaware, so everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. Everything's super chill. I mean, it's not, but more chill than we should think it is.
Yes.
At that time, I would most likely take my potion.
All right. And as it is being out of combat, I don't know if we've covered potion rules.
We haven't fully given potions yet, and I think I rolled for Marivens when we gave it to him. But in combat, as a bonus action, you can take your potion yourself and roll for your HP back, but if you take a full action to drink it yourself, you get auto max health. So since we're out of combat, Rokain can take that full action to drink his potion, which gives him the full 2d4 plus 2. So a full 10 health back.
Yay.
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 He's in double digits again. Yay.
But yes, you were still questioning Lemuria as delicately as you could.
I'm above half.
That's good.
That's good.
At level 3, half's not a lot, but...
And she was what was she? I forget now what she was doing. This was 30 minutes.
It was literally a half hour ago.
Yeah, this was 30 minutes ago, technically.
She was just answering your question of not remembering why she was anxious about her daughter going to work.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of a horrible question, but I think Zella's going to be like, do you remember taking something that maybe tasted funny or made you feel lightheaded or dizzy?
Was someone giving you something?
No, I was at the Clammy Hand, just talking. I realize how it must look, me completely not remembering. I swear, I'm not...
We're more concerned about why it would have happened than anything else.
Yeah. I was at the Clammy Hand the day before. Mm-hmm. I talked to Tilly.
Who's Tilly?
Oh, she's a lovely young woman. She makes petitions and brochures, and she often spends her days standing outside of the casino.
Glances
Tilly.
over at Ygin.
Right, Tilly. We knew that. We totally asked that girl's name. We didn't. I don't think we did anyway.
No,
we did not.
I pointedly asked you a few times.
It just wasn't fitting for us to do so.
But I talked to Tilly some. I talked to Marv. He runs the bar.
Marv?
Yes.
Okay.
And I talked to a few other people, but
Do you remember what any of those conversations entailed?
I mean, some of them... Maybe I was nervous because some of them were talking about doing a protest at the
casino.
The casino. And I know that, sometimes those have a habit of getting...
Out of control, yes.
Who was the one talking about doing protest?
Oh, a few people, but the person who was the loudest was a man by the name of Charm.
Charm?
Yes.
I'm just out of character. Just making sure I hear him
Yes.
correctly.
Not to be assumptive, but a tiefling.
Yes.
Can I butt in real quick?
Yeah.
Oh no, above board again. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Can Rokain make a history? I might be stretching this a little far, but can Rokain make a history check to see if he saw Tilly while they were leaving?
I'll allow it, but the DC is going to be high because it
That's
was
fine.
hectic.
That's fine. My history should be good. Should be.
Even if it is, our dice have sucked today.
Oh, that's an 18 plus 5.
23.
A 23.
You do not recall seeing her. You saw her table. It was crushed.
Yeah.
But
Go
also,
figure.
given where she was, she could have run away first.
Yeah, she could have, but
Because she was outside.
Where does Charm usually hang out?
Either at the Clammy Hand or he works at a adventure spot that is still opened. They do snorkeling.
And what does he look like?
He's a sort of teal color. White hair. Sort of yellowish eyes. His horns are very loopy.
Young, old?
Younger than me, older than Kayleigh, middle-aged.
When was he wanting the protest to happen? Today, right?
He talked about setting it up today. Some other people were saying that they should have more time to properly do it, but he was saying that, it should be sooner over later.
Did he have anyone he talked about arranging it together, or mention anyone he worked with that could help it?
Not at the time. He's a very take action man, but he doesn't do the necessary work behind it sometimes.
He's an act first, ask questions later sort of man.
Exactly. So he's like, let's set up a protest without realizing how much work setting up a protest is. At least if you want that protest to be effective. I know he and Tilly talked a little, but Tilly is usually just cautioning against not protesting.
She's more petitions and information than...
They don't get along.
Same goal, but they different methods.
Exactly.
And did you talk to Charm earlier in the day? Was he one of the last people you talked to?
It's straight. I remember the day before, but it's not. It's jumbled a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think I talked to him a bit later in the day, just before I came home.
Kind of looks over at Rokain and Ygin. It's like, it sounds like we need to go talk to Charm.
We should go talk to Charm, yes, and might
Do you think he did this?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We just want to try to get more information about what happened.
Yeah. Kayleigh on the bed, still completely in a state of not even shock now, just like still shaking, still crying. Chum, he's brash, but he's always seemed like a really nice. I don't think he'd want to hurt people.
He might not have planned it in this manner.
He may not have wanted to harm anyone, but perhaps if he was working with someone, they might have not made their true intentions clear to him.
Mm-hmm.
I have an above board question.
Yes.
Are her eyes still black?
You don't know this, but they are switching back and forth right
And
now.
they're switching back and forth. Is there like...
If you'd like to make a secondary perception check,
Because like
I
we
will
are
allow
currently
it.
still talking
now that
to
we're
her. Like,
talking, like the initial shock is gone. We're just kind of
I will allow a secondary
communicating
perception
with
check.
her.
Okay.
Yes. But they are flicking, so like if you fail, it's not that you don't know, like aren't looking her in the eyes.
That's an 8.
9.
I rolled double 11s. So it's a 12.
Why do you not
I
like
feel
me
like
today, Dice?
Rokain, you keep catching the tail end of it, so sometimes you're like,
Is there something weird? Am I weird? And you are the one that had the ichor come out of you, so you don't know if it's a ghost
Maybe
in
I'm
your
just
own
assuming
eye.
shit, Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe the way the shadows are coming in the windows.
Yeah,
sort of
so
thing.
I don't think
Exactly.
it's enough for him to mention anything.
Mhm.
No, yeah. Which is fair. But, I think you should both try to get some rest, and I don't know if there's a lot they can do for their door, but
Yeah, she does look at the door and kind of frowns.
How was it knocked off?
Just caved in.
it's like broken in half, kind of.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah.
Anyone got a mending cantrip?
No.
No, I don't got fucking magic.
I don't get to choose my magic.
That's fair.
I can minor illusion the door to make it look okay.
It's fixed.
I feel like at best, Ygin can at least put the pieces back together, but it's by far away not a functioning door anymore.
Yeah.
Rokain
your
has
best.
knowledge. How much would a door cost?
I mean,
It depends on the area, obviously.
and giving them money to repair a door won't fix their door right now.
But they can at least go pay and get it done.
We
You
can-
think a gold will be enough?
A gold will at least get them something.
we can at least prop up the pieces.
Yeah, that's kind of
entryway.
Egan's thing. It's like maybe put a piece of furniture in front of it to make sure it stays closed.
Because,
Because
you gotta think, like, they're probably not gonna be the ones putting in the door, so I'd say Rokain would probably think, like, labor plus the actual door itself, if they want, like, a decent door. 2 gold?
3 if you want it rushed along, because poor side of town's not getting the attention right now after the fucking disaster
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
casino.
So why don't we round up to a solid 5 gold?
For
And-
once, it's not Ygin throwing money at people.
Yeah, but now that he knows that it followed after him, he feels
No, yeah.
responsible. So
No, that's fair. But yeah, if you pull out 5 gold, Xelas is gonna look shocked again.
and yeah, just hands it to I guess Romaria because she's the only.
She looked shocked. She's like, oh, after everything you did, you don't owe us anything.
It's to fix the door.
No, I figured. I have given Mars a black and a white gem.
5 gold to fix a door?
It's also our fault.
She's thinking, like, I don't think that means it costs 5 gold.
Sugar Daddy Cactus has us covered.
Fucking,
It's
you know
fine.
what? You know what? It's not only for the gold; it's also for
It's for the emotional damage.
Yeah.
For the therapy.
You're still talking to a guy who came from a small village. That's a lot of fucking money.
Not for Rokain.
Well, yeah, apparently not for you two. It's like,
Oh, it's a lot of money for Ygin. He's just never had it to offer before. Most of the money they make goes back into their supplies for their business.
But kind of how business are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, she doesn't protest because like they do need a new toy.
No. And knows that will help expedite the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
She realized you were uncomfortable before, so like she goes to give you a hug but stops, and she just goes, "Thank you, all of you, so much, but especially you. Thank you."
Does not meet eye contact
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yes, it was the hug that made him uncomfortable. Yes, solely the hug, not the words.
Yeah, Kayleigh does look up and go, "Thank you for saving me."
I would have done what anyone else would have. Just kind of like mumbles that.
You two stay safe.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
I only did what other people would have. That's what he said.
Yeah, Maria looks at you all and goes, "You all stay safe as well.
We'll do
Clearly
our best.
there's something going on here, and I wish I could be more help." And you guys can make one more perception check.
Yeah, staying safe
go
isn't
for
really
double
high on
numbers
our to-do
again?
list. Oh, for God's sakes.
7.
Damn. 10 out of 12.
5.
11.
Do I need more sets than just the 2 I have?
Right? I have 3 D20s and they all fucking suck today.
I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, you don't notice.
Yep.
Bye, Kayleigh. You're gonna be dead later because your mom's going insane. It's fine. Bye.
Yeah, I feel bad. We're gonna lose Kayleigh. Thank you.
We tried so hard to save her, and now her mom's gonna turn Icarus, and we can't save her by taking the Ichor out, but because we don't know what's in there.
Yep.
Tried so hard, got so far.
Don't even feel like we got far.
We got nowhere.
But in the end, didn't even matter.
Rokain's like, maybe we should just leave the puddle here. Don't know what happens if they touch it, but like...
It's just the cat litter equivalent. We just kind of kick some dirt on it. Kind of sweep it out of the house before propping the door pieces back up.
She does go, "If you need somewhere to sleep tonight, I don't, you can, we don't have a lot of room, but you can."
We'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rokain was like, no.
Ygin was just being polite.
Yeah.
Like, the minute they leave, it's like, we're not sleeping there.
No.
Oh, if we're sleeping anywhere, we're going back to Cax's.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that reminds me. I should give you guys your money back.
That's true. With the ease of transport, it's like, oh, hey, we still need to investigate before the night.
I mean, the ease of transport, but you say he has to make each of these. He might not have just
That's true.
a million of them.
Unlimited amount, yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't know that.
We don't know that.
As far as you know, ease of transport.
I mean, he would have talked to Caxus about that because of, like, needing to talk to Drake.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, can I go see Drake and tell him I'm not fucking dead, as I'm finally establishing in episode 11 that they had this conversation with Caxus that I've been meaning to talk about for like 6 episodes? Of seeing if he could go see Drake, and hell, even potentially Chandra and co. to be like, hey, this is what's doing. 1, I'm not dead for Drake, and 2, could someone go stay with my daughter for Chandra's crew? But since I think they would have had that conversation of that is not a renewable resource that takes time and it is limited.
Yeah, it's like I have quite a few made because I've been making them for a while now, but like we should save them for
More important things.
He wouldn't phrase
I
it
know
like
he
that.
wouldn't phrase it like that, but that's the vibe. But he would have asked to see if Caxus had sending scrolls, anything to
And
make
he would have said
communication
he would look.
quicker. Because at the very least, he's sure Drake is in a bad way.
Xelas is going to give each of you guys 5 gold, because since he won the money back on that betting thing, he's giving you your money back.
Thank you.
Cool. So you gave them 5 gold.
Sure. I didn't hand it over directly, though. He was just reminded, like, oh, wait, yes, I was just going to give you guys your bed-ins back.
You could have kept it. You want it fair and square.
No, it's your money.
He just likes the rush of gambling, not the reward.
The rush is the rush.
I don't know. It was probably like, here's their gold sitting in front of them. The dealer sweeps it into a pile and passes it to Xelas, and Xelas is like, still their gold.
Yes, that we lost and you won. Because that's how gambling works.
He knows how gambling works. It's just a lot of fucking money to him.
Especially from your friends.
Yeah.
So, should we go find this, see if we can find this charm fellow?
Mm-hmm. I didn't...
Yeah.
Did we see a teal-colored tiefling at
No.
the Clammy Hand?
No.
Okay. I guess we need to find the snorkeling place, unless he's somehow looped back to the Clammy Hand. But
Possibly, but I doubt in the past 10 minutes.
yeah. We should have asked what that company was called. I didn't think
should
about
have.
it.
But it's presumably closer to the water than inland, so we can start there.
I would hope so as a snorkeling company.
I would hope so as well, but
They must have better things to look at when they snorkel than we do at Crosspoint.
I feel like you've definitely done snorkeling here before. It's beautiful, no matter what end of the island, even the poor end of the island.
there's still corals and fish colonies and all that kind of stuff to look at. Yeah.
You can also assume it's probably deeper into the poor side of the island.
if it's still running
Yeah.
after the casino went up.
Unless he works at a fancy, but from what you've heard of this guy,
If he frequents the Clammy Hand, he probably doesn't run a high-end adventure shop.
yes, and he's probably not working for, the
The elites
Outsiders
that put in
and-
all this, yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, kind of head to the water.
yeah. You head to the water. You end up pretty near the bottom of Lath there.
Okay.
I imagine you ask around a bit.
Yes.
Maybe stop at our poor dude we talked to when we first got here if we see him, if he's working again.
Yeah, just kind of go like, hey, do you know where...
God, I hope he's not still outside the casino doing that.
He wasn't at the casino.
No, he
Outside.
was where you guys kind of arrived and popped in.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
it was
Yeah.
Tilly who was out front of the casino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you go right to him, he can be like, oh, yeah,
Do you happen to know a fellow named Charm?
Who runs a snorkeling business?
Teal tiefling, white hair.
oh, yeah, I know Charm. He runs, Charming Adventures.
Of course he does.
Rokain just slaps his face.
He's like, it's lame, but I think he, made it up when he was pretty young.
That makes sense.
He rebranded, it made sense.
Yes, we're looking for him though.
Yeah, it's it's from south side of Lath, Lower Lath, and they give you more specific instructions. So yes, you guys all end up there. You see this kind of nice, not super nice, but nicer for the part of town you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Thing, and it says Charmin Adventures, and it has a little treasure chest as its logo. No magic of it opening or anything, no fancy, just a little treasure chest, and it seems to be open.
Xelas gonna head in.
As is Ygin.
I'm following after. I'm not just going to stand outside or anything.
Just stand outside and wait for the next Icor creature to attack you.
Who knows? Maybe you disassociated in the time we walked up.
No, I think that knocked him out of his little stupor that he was in getting into a fight. He's very alert.
Getting into a
Okay.
fight and winning the fight.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
That helped.
Yeah. Yeah, well, walk into Charmin Adventures.
That and being part Iker now.
Yeah, you walk in, and there's a young woman behind a counter, and she smiles at you, and she says, "Welcome to Charming Adventures. How can we brighten your day today?" And she doesn't seem like that robot. She seems like, I work at a place I'm happy to work at.
That's nice.
We're actually looking for Charm.
Oh, he's on a job right now. So he's a little under the water.
That's fair. About how long does that usually take?
It was a half-hour session. Started about 15, 20 minutes ago, so about 10 or so minutes.
All right. Is it all right if we wait for him?
I don't see why not. Can I ask why? Are you looking to sign up? I can sign you up now.
No, we just had something personal we needed to talk to him about.
Oh.
I would like to hear though more about where y'all snorkel.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, just let that go.
So we're on a very particular reef, and she just goes into explaining.
Xelas is actually listening with interest. He likes the water.
Yeah, Ygin's not faulting him. They gotta kill time while they wait on Charm, so...
It makes her feel like she's doing her job rather than us sitting there awkwardly like, do.
Ygin will, like, I know there's not much to browse, but browse, kind of poke at pamphlet, look at gear, keep an ear out for anything.
Are there windows?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rokain keeps peeking outside to make sure nothing is rushing the door.
That's fair. Like I said, keeping an ear out, vaguely.
Yeah, you pass time, you learn a lot about this particular reef, what sort of wildlife and things like that. She seems very knowledgeable, and she's happy to talk to someone about it. She seems to really like the water as well.
Cool.
You also learn her name is Becca.
Becca?
Becca. And she's, like I said, young, about your age.
Mm-hmm.
You being Xelas.
Yes. Half-elf.
Oh, I'm not a half-elf.
She is a half-elf.
That's the half-elf of... No,
She kind of has that, like, girl next door look.
The what?
Girl next store look.
Girl next door look?
No, that's door. Girl next door look.
I don't know what that is.
Average, but pretty.
Okay.
Average, pretty, kind of sweet.
Okay.
But yeah, after a while, you see some people
Coming out of the ocean.
coming out of the ocean.
Onto the presumable pier.
They have risen.
Oh, only Xelas is allowed to do that.
Sorry, you're right. My bad.
They can rise. Just Xelas is the only one that has risen.
You see the tiefling man kind of take off equipment, shaking hands, talking. You can see, because I imagine, like, once you catch eyes, you're like...
Yeah, once movement is seen outside, Egan's watching.
He seems to live up his name. He has a very charming smile. He's shaking their hands.
Inside! No. Only half kidding.
Wait till he's inside.
Yeah.
Very handsome man, too. In his mid-40s.
What are you giggling about?
When you were describing Charm earlier, Xelas is like, oh, he sounds high. Then you said he was middle-aged. He's like, oh. But now you're describing it. It's like, oh, if he was closer to my age, he'd be so high.
He's age appropriate for Ygin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He, unsurprisingly, has, like, a swimmer's build.
He's so young.
Got that nice white
I'm
hair.
70.
Kind of like almost ramish horns.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of stubble, but not like a beard.
If this guy was age appropriate.
And he...
I'm proud of all of our characters for being very age appropriate with their romance option.
Yeah, I mean, he's, what, mid-20s. So yeah, it's like, it's just enough out there that he's just like...
It's like, you are borderline old enough to be my dad, and that's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says goodbye to his clients. He walks inside. He goes, oh, I didn't know I had an appointment.
You didn't. We just came in.
Oh, well, welcome to Charmin Adventures. I'm sure Becca has helped you with anything you need. Are you here to book an adventure today? I'd be happy to show you the reef.
As he makes direct eye contact with me.
He does give a little once over to you. Egan's a handsome man.
Egan is a handsome man, and he's a little amused by the interaction. He's not upset about it.
The other two look too young. He is also an age-appropriate man.
Okay, it's just like, we've had enough adventure for today. No. Shut up.
Does he say that?
No, it's just like,
He's just radiating this keep it in your pants energy.
Yeah.
Zealous wants to know, do you have a kid my age?
Didn't like that. Don't know. That just weirded me out.
He's just jealous.
Oh yeah, I mean Becca told me lots about the reef. It sounds really cool, but we actually had different questions, I think.
What? I'm happy to answer any questions you got. Can I ask what about?
Casino?
Yeah. We were told about your wants for the petition for the casino, and we wanted more protest. Yes. We wanted more information.
We heard that you were organizing a protest.
Trying. He looks a little surprised that, like, non-locals,
No, yeah.
yeah, let me just, do
Dry
some-
off change. Yes.
Yeah. Let me change. Sure you don't want me stripping in front of you. And I can take my lunch break and we can have a chat.
That does get a reaction of Rokain of just please don't.
And he goes off. And I think that is where we will take our break.
Hey guys, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast without the support of our listeners. If you'd like to support us even more, you should head over to Patreon and check us out there at patreon.com/rollforfocuspodcast. You'll get all kinds of cool stuff like our hyperfocus episodes that release on our off weeks, where we talk about the episodes and our thoughts and predictions about the future of the show, insights into our character backstories, or us playing games in and out of character. Want to suggest an NPC or a magic item for Emery to give us in the world? You can do that too, and so much more. And we're enacting our first Patreon stretch goal. When we get to 50 Patreon subscribers, no matter the tier, Emery is going to run a one-shot where we play a group of adventurers that run into the ancestors before they became the world-saving heroes we know now. Even more fun, patrons will be able to pitch character concepts we'll choose from to build our one-shot characters. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and every dollar we make goes right back into producing our podcast with the hopes we can improve and make it everything our listeners deserve. Thanks!
Welcome back! So, he... Did you just woo?
Yeah, woo.
Better woo than ooh woo.
Ugh.
How about a woo?
Awoo!
Woo! Werewolves, a woo!
Wrong game. This is not bite marks.
He comes back out, kind of white shirt, unbuttoned a bit. Not like in a...
No, I
he's
know.
trying to... He just seems like the type
It's
that...
just comfy.
But yeah, it has like 3-4 buttons undone. And he kind of comes out. He has a small smile. He's like, you can come back to my office if you'd like.
Probably best, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Brings you back. It's not the biggest office. It's kind of cramped with all 4 of you in here. But you know, there's enough space for everyone to sit. He specifically got a chair. He probably usually has 2, but he brought an extra one in here. And he's like, so what exactly about the protest? I mean, no offense. I can tell you're not Lathan.
No, none taken. Just, we... One, we're curious about who you were trying to arrange it with. We know not everyone sees eye to eye on that sort of thing. We did speak with Tilly this morning, signed her petition.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Tilly's a lovely girl. Petition's not going to change anyone's mind. Piece of paper. It's not going to do anything. She was worried that any protest I was setting up would become violent, which isn't the intention.
No, but it's an understandable concern. That many people worked up about something they're passionate about.
Yes. Not to mention any opposition.
Yes.
But no, she just convinced me not to hold it today.
Why today
not?
specifically?
Well, she made a good point that there was no way I was going to get everybody rallied in 24 hours, that I should maybe do something next week, you know, when I have more time to actually set something up.
Oh, so is it scheduled for next week then?
I'm trying to set it up. I'm trying to get something, but possibly next week, yeah.
I'm guessing since you've been working most of the day, you haven't heard about the attack that happened on the casino today.
What?
Insight.
Yeah. Insight! That was exactly why Ygin asked the question to trigger a response.
Oh, hey, I rolled well.
17!
I had a 17 on the dice, but it's a 16 for
It
me.
went
18.
from a 1 to a 10 and finally landed on a 12.
We have a 16, 17, and 18. I love it.
Yeah.
He seems shocked. You used the word attack. He seems shocked and he seems scared.
Fair
Because
enough.
you used the word attack.
Because that's what it was.
Yeah, it was a massacre.
No, is everyone? I got
No.
friends who work at the casino.
No. It
They're
was
probably
bad.
dead.
Rokain. Aggressively.
That was aggressively given little bitch token. Holy shit.
He's being realistic right now.
In an asshole way.
There was an invasion of creatures, monsters.
sort.
We're not entirely sure what. And
Black goopy things.
that had the ability to turn people into more of them.
What?
I wish we were making it up.
It sounds like you're making it up.
I understand
I mean,
that.
you can just go over to the casino and you'll see.
It's
blocking
cordoned
it
off.
off.
We barely made it out alive. And there are many who, unfortunately, did not get to make it out at all.
Xelas looks angry.
Angry, sad.
Yeah.
Egan's more just sad.
Deep frown, kind of tail.
Flicking.
Yeah,
It's a little too thick to flick.
it'd be like the fan part, kind of a up and down, brief movement, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an expressive tail like a cat or something, but it's definitely a little bit of a curl up, curl down at the fan area.
Sorry to.
Wait, did you come here because you thought?
We don't know. We're just trying to gather information at this point. A girl we spoke to said her mother interrupted her from going to work this morning. We talked to her. She mentioned you and a few other people that have talked about petitions, protests in regards to...
Well,
we're just trying to gather information. We're not trying to lay any blame.
No, I get that. Just you have no reason to believe me. You don't know me. But aspects, I would never hurt anyone.
It was
Insight.
a rather
Go ahead.
rather extreme way to go about it. Oh, well, we're back to shooting.
Nat 20 for a 25!
I got a 10.
7.
I rolled a
Okay,
7.
he maybe wouldn't never hurt anyone, but he's not an inherently
But
violent
he's
man.
not I'm going to send this army of violent creatures to just kill everybody in this casino. There's a lot of middle ground between those two statements.
Like, he means what he says, but you're also like, you'd throw a punch. You're not a pacifist.
Yeah.
Which
But you wouldn't plan the murders of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Especially if he has friends and stuff in there
Yeah.
like that. Because they were not discriminating.
No.
I'm not sure what to say. Are you law enforcement? Are you
No.
with the constable?
No.
No.
We're trying to help how we can, but we're not from anywhere official.
Adventurers? Then? Hired to look into this?
Not hired, but we're volunteering.
Yes.
We're volunteered to this.
All right. I wish I had something more, but yeah.
Do you know of anybody who would want to attack?
I mean, plenty of people.
Anyone you would think would be willing to actually follow through on the threats to this scale. Anyone who
I
thinks...
have a hard time thinking any of the people I know and love would do this. I'm gonna be honest.
Is there anyone
can
you
tell
don't
you-
love? You know, but don't love.
He gives kind of a weak chuckle at that. He's like, "Yeah, you're funny." Not.
Just conversations annoying Rokain as the time goes on.
I can't think of people that I've known so long being capable of something like this, I can think of the people who are the most upset about this sort of thing.
That's somewhere to start.
I mean, you got Marv. He's so pissed off he barely allows outsiders into his bar.
Yes, Xelas and I earned a few nasty stares when we stepped in earlier today.
Sorry. Surprisingly did not throw us out.
But we also did not stay very long.
No.
Tilly, I mean, she's going the peaceful way about it, but she's angry under it all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she'd be capable of this, but if you're asking me who's the angriest...
No, yes, and again, just because they may not, if they're talking to or working with anyone, they may not have the same goals in mind. Or the same tactics in mind.
I'm sure people would tell you I'm one of the angriest.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly on the behalf of other... I still have a business, though a lot of other people...
weren't so fortunate.
Yeah. The man... He kind of hesitates. Go ahead and give me an insight check. Another one.
That's a nat 20.
That's a 23.
13.
I got a 23 as well.
I got a 17 and got a 23.
The two of you kind of see how he's looking. He seems afraid to name this name.
Whoever you direct us to, they don't have to know you're the one who told us about them.
A man named Dyden.
Can you spell that?
Dieden.
Who is Dyden?
He works with the constable. Probably a pretty big shoo-in to be the next one.
But
You
he's
know.
angry about what's happened?
I mean, yeah.
I would think the constable would be more...
I mean, he's Lathan.
Hmm.
He believes in protecting and doing what a constable ought to do, but yeah, he's been angrier and angrier.
Has that only been since all these changes have been made, or?
I mean, he's never loved it,
Mm-hmm.
but since all the changes have been happening, he's often... You get a few drinks in him, and he'll go on for hours about how they're erasing our culture.
And that, I mean, you said he was upset, but it's much more extreme.
A bit, yeah. But I mean, given everything,
No, yes, a lot has changed. It's understandable why he would be angrier.
I mean,
You
hell,
don't
even the
close 30 businesses of locals and not get angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, you know, constable, that technically, you know, but constables are usually people you grow up with. You guys all know constables, they're usually people who, like, grew up where they're constabling. Whereas, like, other people might be sent from other places, not always,
Mhm.
but...
But more often, they're like our world's sheriffs. They are elected for their town that they are sheriff of.
Exactly,
effectively.
and it's town to town. And he's even saying, this is a constable of, like, the poor area. So, like, maybe constables up in the rich area feel differently, but...
are more approving of the touristy stuff being brought in, but...
Yeah.
Someone who's born and raised Lathe native.
Yeah. And sees the bad side of it in the poor district. You know, just like any other place that has cops where it's like, oh, this nice little tourist town. And then you see, like, the place where you tell tourists not to go.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, cool that they get all the funding, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ACAP, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, get a few drinks in him and he'll go off.
Where does he normally frequent?
Lower Lath constable office.
Where does he go to get drinks, though?
It's a tie. Clammy Hand or a sort of club called Enchanted.
Why does that sound like it'd be a strip club?
Why not?
We're gonna go to a strip club, guys.
I get that you're gonna go talk to him, but be careful. He's a nice young man. He is. He's just had a hard time lately.
That's understandable.
And like I said, he's basically being trained to be the next constable once a step down. Mm-hmm. Just, I hesitated giving you his name, not because he's like some psycho. I don't think he'd hurt people. I don't. But, you know, he is.
But anyone with that much power, one way or the other, you don't want to
be
get
on
in the
bad
crosshairs
side.
of. Yes.
Yes. Again, I don't think he'd take retribution, but if he... You got me nervous now. If he's to the point where he'd...
No, I understand. And like I said, we don't have to give your name. That you're who directed us to him. Again, we're just collecting information at this point.
Mm-hmm. Trying to see if we can trace the source back, basically.
I get it. Anything else I can help with?
Not that I can think of at the moment, but would it be all right if we returned if we have any other questions?
Absolutely. I'll be closing down in a bit. It is getting kind of late in the day by this point, because like you were at the casino a while, you were...
No, yeah.
So it's getting late in the day. He's like, I'll be closing down, but you can find me here. You Clammy Hand. I can give you my address.
I don't think that would be totally necessary. Anything we need to ask should be able to wait until morning.
Zelda's like, sure, if you want to.
Rokain's like, I'd rather not.
It's like, not for business, but no.
He is fully focused on a tragedy now.
No, yeah. That was just a Cody joke, very clearly, as I went even higher than my normal voice.
But yeah, anything I can do to help.
Thank you for your time
I
and for the
appreciate it.
information.
After that interrogation, could you pass one of those to Cody?
Another white one.
I got another black one.
Ryan, why are you such a little bitch over there?
Hey. I'm gonna step up. Don't worry.
I now have 7 white
God
tokens
damn.
and 3 black ones.
I have 4 white ones and 2 black ones.
How many do you have?
7 white and 3 red, or 3 black.
I have 7 black and 3 white.
You have 3 white?
I
thought
do.
You had 2.
You gave me 2
Yeah,
for whenever I protected and 1 for...
For now.
Oh, then you would have had enough to get that spell last time.
Well, no,
You
I
said-
just got the white one.
Oh, yeah.
Like a little bit
Okay.
ago.
Well, hey, just so you know, if you want a spell, you have enough.
Not right now.
Not right now, but
No.
if...
But if needed, then yes, absolutely.
You definitely have
I
enough.
have so many of these. When we get back to Caxus, I'm getting so much shit.
Do you guys head to the constable's office, or...
No, I think we
no.
should go to the Clammy Hand again.
We can go back to the Clammy Hand, and then
Oh,
we should
see,
find a...
Rokain was thinking we go to the office.
With how late it's getting, I feel like we need to, decide if we're staying here for the night, and if so, where, or if we're going back to Caxus. And as things are closing down, it's probably more likely to run into people at the Clammy Hand who are either drinking because of post-tragedy or drinking because they just got off of work.
Yeah. Plus, at the Clammy Hand, not only could we potentially find Dita and Marvis there, so...
Dyden. Yeah, so you guys head to the Clammy Hand for now. Maybe on your way, discuss your plans for the night if you'd like to.
I mean, we'd have to find a place make sure that we don't get attacked if they're still coming after us. But Caxus said he didn't have a whole lot of those teleport return
Orbs,
things.
yes.
I don't know if we should waste it on going back and then immediately coming here again.
Yes, but he should be updated on how bad things have gotten.
And don't you think he can tell? He said he could sense this stuff.
He can sense us. He can sense the ichor, and he can sense us and our health levels effectively.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like he probably has a sense, especially since we were in the middle of that wave.
This is another thing we need to look into. Communication devices amongst our own group.
Like sending stones?
Something like that, yes.
Why do you know what sending stones are, Xelas?
You've probably heard of them. It's fine.
They use them between ships and boats.
So.
For a guy who doesn't know his spells names, I have to double check these things.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Like walkie-talkie stones?
Walkie-talkie stones.
Walkie Rockies.
Walkie Rockies! Walkie Rockies!
Oh my god, I love it.
Walkie-walkies. I love it. Yes, canon.
Amazing. That's what the kiddos call them.
There would be Rocky-talkies.
Either good. I think that might be a regional thing on what you refer to them as.
Yeah.
And they people get into argument about which one it should be.
Yeah. It's like the Coke Pop soda issue.
Yeah.
Team Pop, cause Midwest.
Soda.
Coke or soda?
Soda, not Coke, unless you actually mean a Coke.
Seriously, yeah.
I agree.
Welcome to the South.
Welcome to my
where it's all Coke.
mental illnesses that are...
But it does sound like you guys have some good reasons to go back to Caxus, inform him, update him.
I don't think we should do that. I think we should stay here.
I don't.
As long as we
I
can
see
find it.
the pros and cons of both sides, but if we can...
What do you think, Rokain?
The biggest issue is that we could be attacked again. But...
Yes, but if there's another attack here that happens too, we'd be closer and faster to respond.
Agreed.
Looks over at Rokain.
He's torn. Because, yes, he understands not using them. But he'd rather go back so he can look into some things and figure some stuff out tonight.
I was about to say, we don't have a lot of time, but you're an elf. You don't really sleep.
Yeah. You trance for 4 hours and then you're good.
That's true, that's true.
So you have time, so I could totally see why Rokain would want to go back.
There's something that I would like to look into back at the other place. Preferably tonight.
What do you want to look into?
Just some books and, why there might be some black ichor coming from me.
There might be
I'm
some
what?
what coming from what?
What do you mean?
Might be ichor coming from you.
Yep.
What
It
do you-
happened during the fight.
What?
The fight with the wolf?
Mm-hmm.
What exactly happened, Rokain?
Well, he kind of just like, well, during the fight, I saw kind of a nasty attack coming and freaked out and kind of braced myself, but the brace was more so the ichor coming out of me and protecting me and then stabbing it and then went back inside of me. So I'd like to look into the fact that maybe I can pull it out of me, and if not, then that might be an issue.
That does sound concerning.
Is that what our gauntlets are for? Can we try it? Here, do you want me to try that on you right now? He's gonna plop his hand on Rokain since Rokain's not able.
Rokain's just so Xelas just reaches forward and puts his palm against his chest.
Basically.
Because Rokain's like, you don't know how to use it. I know how to use it, so I should try it. But then
You take too long, Xelas is already doing it. I forget what I need to do, so hold on.
It's an Arcana check.
Oh, good. I'm gonna be great at that.
But I'll tell you right now, Xelas, nothing happens.
Well, let me roll. Hey, well, you know what? That's actually not bad. It's a 16, and nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Because you wouldn't know this, but there's like, you could almost, if you get a good Arcana, You could almost kind of feel it. Like, it doesn't even stir. It doesn't even recognize that those ichor.
Okay. Pulls his hand back, looks at it. I hope this isn't broken.
It could also be broken. I've rolled to see if some are broken.
It's a valid risk.
Wait, I have another one.
Yeah, everyone's got 2.
God, are you all just gonna take turns touching me?
Yeah. I'm just gonna narrate this. You guys do determine that unless they are all broken,
Which I know mine's not.
it's just not. Nothing's happening.
I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, honestly.
I'm really hoping these are not all broken.
Well, he managed to make the one work, and it's not doing anything either. That's not to say it didn't break after the first use, but...
Would it do anything if you're the one wearing it and trying to do it?
I don't know.
Want to switch real quick?
As Mars mimes taking off the gauntlet to hand
Sorry.
to Xelas. Can't mime shit in an audio format!
Yeah, Xelas will try with that one, and yep.
Nope.
Okay, well, at least we know that.
He does want his back. Thank you.
There you go. At least we know that that's not the case. But that's...
We might want to go back to Caxus just for that.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I still feel like we should be here. We won't know if there's something happening unless we're here.
That's very true.
If y'all want to go back, I'll stay.
No one should be left here alone, regardless.
I barely held my own against one of those wolves.
I think Rokain,
I can go into the water. It'll be fine.
I think Rokain, if you want
Were you
to
attacked in the water?
No.
No?
on the beach.
Oh,
I was
on the beach.
beach.
Okay,
But you
okay.
still could be.
Yeah.
We don't know that. And also, he's just being like, yeah, totally, it's safe. I'll go home. Let me stay here.
Anyway, Cody.
I think if Rokain, you want to head back alone to Caxus to see if you can look into this and see what Caxus knows about it and fill him in on what's happening, and then meet us back tomorrow morning, that should be fine. No one should be left out of the safe house alone, so Xelas and I can find somewhere to stay for the night. Make sure it's somewhere defensible just in case. Maybe on the outskirts just in case as well.
Yeah, I don't want to put anybody in danger.
No.
Rokain understands the thought process about that, but he doesn't want to be alone with Caxus.
We don't know. You've got these weird deep issues with Caxus.
No! But, like,
It's also a big safe house. You don't have to spend your whole time with Caxus.
You're right. So that's probably the best option.
You don't have to agree to it if Rokain
Yeah,
doesn't
you can
want
just
to.
say, no, I don't want to. I want us all to stay together. Like,
He wants to look into that. Like, he understands, like, that is probably the best option for him to look into what he wants to look into right now.
mm-hmm.
Also, I'm quite surprised he just spouted it all out right off the bat.
Maybe if you stand on the stone, that thing will help, because that's... It... Whatever, stabilized us before.
I could do that as well. Read some books. Maybe Caxus have heard about it before. Consult Echo.
Okay, well... You want to head off now?
Yeah. Before he, crushes his thing, goes back, he will tell them to be safe.
And the return keys don't require crushing. They're just stones that you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
the
just
return
need
key.
the intent.
That's okay. I thought the other ones you had to fucking chew.
No, the leaving the safe house, they get crushed. The returning to the safe house is just intent.
Yeah.
Returning is always free.
Yep.
Okay.
Be safe as well.
Yes.
It's the safe house.
And you are left alone. And that is where we will end. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We hope you had as much fun listening as we had playing. No plugs?
No plugs.
No plugs. All right. Well, everyone, remember, play to your you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank Thank you for listening to this episode of Roll for Focus from Campaign 1, Ouroboros. If you enjoyed it, please rate and review us wherever you listen. Episodes are edited and transcribed by the Roll for Focus team. Character art is by Ygin, also known as Fiesta TV. She can be found at linktree/Ygin. That's MEDEKH. Intro and outro music is The Last Dragon by Alex Bess. If you want to do more to support us for as little as $1 a month, you can join our Patreon. That's Patreon/Roll for Focus podcast. Get exclusive looks at character sheets, ad-free and early access to episodes, monthly extra content ranging from character backstories, games in and out of character, one-shots, and anything else we think would be fun, shoutouts at the end of the episodes, and more.
Hey everyone, thank you all so much for all the support you give. We especially want to thank our patrons, like those who have found enlightenment and know that it's best to play to your you, like Luchik and MN House of Cats. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you.
Xelas is so happy he's got dark skin. You couldn't see him go a little red.
Just a very faint purple that you have to really be paying attention to see.
Your bioluminescence doesn't...
That would be amazing if only your cheek bioluminescence went off when you blush.
No, I don't think
That'd
it
be
does that.
adorable.
That would be amazing.
It would be cute, but
That's fair,
not
that's
right.
fair.
And I don't think he can control different parts of it. It's
Yeah,
all
it's
or
just
nothing.
all or nothing.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's just a funny thought. And again, had they not just faced a tragedy, Ygin might have matched energy.
He doesn't know about the tragedy. He's been at work all day.
That's
or
fair.
so you think.
But it's like, you probably don't want me to strip in front of you. It's like, not with an audience. I make flirty rogues, not flirty bards. I don't know what to tell you.
All right.